Have you ever had an itch that just wouldn't go away and you wondered what it meant? Well, it turns out it might mean more than you think, especially after 65. You know, as we get older, our bodies start talking to us in quieter ways. Maybe a little stiffness, a tired feeling, or even an itch that keeps coming back. I used to think a scratch here or there was no big deal, just part of aging. But after years of paying attention to my own health and chatting with doctors and friends in their 60s and 70s, I've learned those little itches can sometimes be big clues. In this video, I am going to walk you through 5 specific spots on your body where an itch might be trying to tell you something serious. These aren't just random guesses. They are things I've seen make a difference in my life and others. By the end, you'll know what to watch for and what to do about it. And trust me, you'll wish you'd known this sooner. It has simple stuff that can keep you feeling good for years to come. Spot number 1. Itching on your feet or ankles. Ever notice your feet or ankles itching more than usual lately? I used to think it was just my shoes or dry winter air, nothing worth fussing over. But let me tell you about my friend Tom. He's 72, loves his garden, and spends hours tending his roses. A while back, he started scratching his ankles every evening, especially after sitting on his porch with a cup of tea. He figured it was nothing, maybe socks rubbing the wrong way or a bit of dust from the yard. He'd laugh it off, saying, "Old legs just get cranky." Turns out, that itch can be a sign something's off with how blood moves through your legs. Doctors call it circulation trouble, something us seniors deal with more as the years pile up. When blood doesn't flow right, your skin gets dry and irritated, and that's where the itch comes in. But it's not just a nuisance. Over time, poor circulation can tire out your heart, make your legs feel heavy, or even slow you down on those walks you love. I saw it with Tom. He started noticing his ankles swelling a bit too, and that got him thinking. The fix? He didn't need anything fancy. Tom started wiggling his toes during TV time, taking short strolls around his garden beds, even just 5 minutes, and propping his feet up on a cushion when he sits. He even got some of those soft compression socks from the drugstore, the kind that don't squeeze too tight but help the blood keep moving. Simple, right? Within a couple of weeks, he said the itching wasn't as bad, and his legs felt lighter too. If your feet or ankles are itching with no rash, don't just lotion up and call it a day. Try moving a little more, maybe a lap around the living room, or lift your feet up after dinner. It's not about big changes. It's about listening to what your body's asking for. You might be surprised how much better you feel. Spot number 2, itching across your shoulders or upper back. Do you ever get that itch between your shoulder blades you can't quite reach? I've been there, grabbing a wooden spoon to scratch, looking ridiculous in my kitchen. My neighbor Ellen, 68, had that for months, and she's the type who's always puttering around, keeping busy with her grandkids. She thought it was her sweater or soap, maybe even the new detergent she de-switched to for her laundry. She'd shrug and say, "It's just itchy skin, nothing to worry about." But here's the thing, that upper back itch can sometimes mean your liver or kidneys are working overtime. Those organs are like the body's cleanup crew, filtering out the junk in your blood, and when they struggle, say from too much salt, not enough water, or even some medications we take, they can't keep up. Toxins build up, and your skin, especially in a spot with lots of nerves like the back, starts to complain. Ellen didn't feel sick, but she was more tired than usual, and her husband noticed she wasn't as peppy chasing the little ones around. She finally mentioned it at her yearly checkup, and the doctor ran some simple tests. Nothing scary, just blood work. Turns out her kidneys were a bit sluggish. She got serious about sipping water all day, not gulping gallons, just steady, and cut back on those salty processed snacks she loved with her afternoon tea. She even swapped some of her dinners for lighter stuff like grilled chicken instead of canned soup. That itch? It faded over a month or so, and she felt more like herself. If your shoulders or back keep itching and lotions don't help, don't brush it off as nothing. Think about how you've been treating your body lately. Too much salt? Skimping on water? Maybe give it a little extra love with hydration and simpler meals. It's not about overhauling your life. It's about small tweaks that let your insides catch a break. Spot number 3, itching around your neck or hairline. Does your neck or hairline ever itch out of nowhere? I used to blame my shampoo, switched it 3 times before I figured this out, wasting good money on bottles I didn't need. My cousin Ray, 66, had the same problem, and he's the kind of guy who's always been a bit high-strung. Retirement stressed him out more than work ever did. He missed the routine and his days felt aimless. That itch started creeping in, mostly around his neck, and he'd scratch at it absent-mindedly while reading or watching TV. He didn't have a rash, just this nagging itch, especially at night when he was trying to wind down. He'd grumble, maybe it's the pillow, and even bought a new one, but it didn't help. Turns out that itch wasn't about his skin. It was his nerves talking. As we age, stress or even tired nerves can make sensitive spots like your neck flare up. It's like your body is way of waving a little flag. Ray's doctor mentioned it could tie to tension or even early nerve changes, something we seniors need to keep an eye on. Stress sticks around longer now than it did in our 40s, and it can wear on us in ways we don't expect. Ray started winding down differently. He'd make a cup of herbal tea, chamomile mostly, and call his grandkids for a quick chat instead of scrolling the news late. He even tried sitting on his porch for 10 minutes, just breathing and listening to the birds. It wasn't instant, but after a few weeks the itching eased up and he slept better too. If your neck's bugging you and there's no obvious reason, no new soap, no allergies, ask yourself, how's your stress? Maybe you're carrying more than you realize. A little calm, like a quiet moment with a warm drink or a friend, might be the cure your nerves are begging for. Spot number 4, itching on your stomach or chest. Ever feel an itch across your belly or chest that won't quit? I noticed it myself a while back. Thought it was my shirt tags or maybe the cat brushing against me too much. Then there's my friend Clara, 70. She's always been active, walking her dog every morning, but her eating got lazy after her husband passed. She'd skip meals or grab toast and call it dinner, saying, "I'm not that hungry anymore." That itch started creeping in across her chest, sometimes her stomach too, and it wasn't dry skin. She tried every cream in her bathroom. She'd laugh and say, "Maybe I'm just getting old," but it bugged her enough to mention it to me over coffee. Turns out when we don't get enough good food, like vitamins or healthy fats, our skin can complain, especially on the torso where nerves are busy and blood flows thick. Clara's doctor explained her body was missing fuel, even if she wasn't skinny. She wasn't losing weight, but she wasn't feeding herself right either. As we age, our stomachs don't grab nutrients as well, and little shortages show up in sneaky ways, like that itch. She started adding simple things, some eggs in the morning, a handful of nuts in the afternoon, and veggies with dinner. Nothing fancy, just steady. She even kept a little bowl of berries by her chair for snacking. That itch quieted down over a few weeks and she felt sharper too, less foggy in the mornings. If your chest or stomach's itchy and you've been skimping on meals, don't just chalk it up to age. Think about what you're eating. Skipping breakfast? Living on crackers? Try a bit better. It's like giving your skin and your whole self a thank you note for all it's done for you. Spot number 5. Itching on your hands or wrists. Have your hands or wrists started itching lately, maybe more than they used to? I remember my old pal George, 74. He'd rub his hands together all the time, thinking it was just arthritis acting up or the cold getting to him. He's a retired carpenter, still tinkers in his shed building birdhouses for the neighbors. But that itch wasn't from sawdust or rough gloves. He'd say, "My hands have seen worse," and keep working through it. But it got worse in the evenings, especially after supper, and he couldn't figure it out. No cuts, no rash, just this constant itch around his wrists. For us seniors, that can sometimes point to blood sugar trouble, like prediabetes or diabetes, which sneaks up quiet as we age. When sugar levels get off track, it dries out your skin and messes with the nerves, especially in your hands where you feel everything. George didn't feel bad otherwise, but he'd been snacking on sweets more since his wife started baking pies for the church group. Apple, pecan, you name it. I nudged him to see his doctor, and they did a quick sugar test. Sure enough, it was high. He didn't need medicine yet, just some changes. He cut back on the cookies, swapped in some fruit like oranges or grapes, and started walking to the mailbox instead of driving. That itch calmed down over a month and his hands felt less stiff too. If your hands or wrists itch a lot, no allergies or soap to blame. Think about your sugar. Are you sneaking too many treats? A little tweak in your snacks, maybe a walk after eating, might save you bigger worries down the road. These 5. Itchy spots are just the beginning of what our bodies try to tell us as we age. If you like this, I've got another video coming up about 10 best fruits seniors must eat daily to boost longevity and stay healthy. After 60, that helped me and might help you too, right here. So which of these surprised you most? Drop a comment below. I'd love to hear what you think, and if this felt helpful, I'd be grateful if you'd like it or subscribe. I'm here to keep sharing what I've learned, and it means a lot to have you along. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.